Black people.
Cousin.
Wow. Love.
Nonsense. Most misused word in the English language. Have no time for it.
Sexism.
Don't that word has been misused to the extent that it has no meaning anymore. I love my husband. I also love a day in June. I could give up a day in June. I wish I hadn't had to give up my husband. So I really have a problem with people who say, I love everybody. No, you don't. If you loved everybody, if everybody loved everybody, we wouldn't have racism in this country. What's your next word?
Sexism.
Sexism. I feel sorry for men. They die young. Women live without them for many years. The last 5 to 10 years of your lives, white women, you will live without male companionship. Sexism is bad for men. It's bad for women. But women have it better. Most of the benefit from affirmative action programs came to white women. Sexism? Yeah. We use men and we lose them. Particularly in the case of black males. When we have a war during wartime, we send them to war perhaps to die. During peacetime, we make war on them in this country. Want to talk about sexism? I don't think you do. Next word?
Feminism.
Feminism? Well, I really like being female, but I don't think feminism is another one of those words that is used for the benefit of white women. Make no mistake about that. We let black women suffer, and we take their children, and we abuse their children, and we kill their sons and their husbands, or we imprison them. When the women's movement was at the top of the scale, it was undoing the civil rights movement. We put all our emphasis on the women's movement. And when it first started, it was primarily a white women's movement. They might as well have been wearing signs that say, black women need not apply. Many black women are in no better shape today than they were before the women's movement, because they were excluded from that for the most part. And if they weren't, you have to explain to me why so many black women are living in substandard housing in this country, and why so many of them have no wealth to leave to their children. And it's not because they're lazy, and it's not because they don't know, and it's not because they don't want to be educated. It's because we have a racist society. Make no mistake about that. What's your next word?
My next word is a person. C.T. Vivian.
What?
Is a person. C.T. Vivian.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I met that man in Waterloo, Iowa, my husband and I did, after I did the blue-eyed, brown-eyed exercise. I have never in my life met a man who was as gentle and as real and as educated and as caring and as human as C.T. Vivian was. It was awful when we lost Martin Luther King Jr., but I figured we've got C.T. Vivian. We're okay, we've got C.T. Vivian. And then I found out that he died last week. And I really have a hard time with that, because C.T. Vivian was a special human being. He wasn't a showcase. He wasn't a showman. He was just doing what he felt was right to help us to change this situation. I had nothing but admiration for C.T. Vivian.
Yeah.
He couldn't destroy his reputation because of the way he behaved, because he behaved, as far as I was concerned, he behaved like such a gentle man. He was just fabulous. We didn't pay enough attention to him. And he was there 15 years before Martin Luther King Jr. started working.
Facts. Okay, JaVonne, you're up next. Thank you.
Children.
Mixed blessing. I wanted them, I got them, and now I have 2 great grandchildren. Wow. And I'm tickled to death, but that was hard work.
Education.
Education is a lie. I believe in education, but I don't believe in indoctrination. The opposite of indoctrination. In this country, unfortunately, it equals indoctrination.
Religion.
Religion, a great controlling tool. It's a great tool to control people. You can use religion to perpetuate racism. All you have to have is a white Jesus hanging from a cross and a little Pillsbury Doughboy lying in the manger scenes during Christmas season. And then there he is. There's a little Pillsbury Doughboy, and that's what Jesus looked like. I challenge somebody to get a black doll and put him in that manger scene and see what Christians do.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Money.
Money, another great tool for controlling people. It's a wonderful tool. And because it's such a wonderful tool, we limit its possession by certain people. We make it available to certain people and keep it from other people because it's a great controller.
Family.
Family?
Yes.
I'm a member of the family of man. For me, the family is every human being on the face of the earth is a member of my family. And if you don't like it, that's tough. That's the way it is. Don't abuse members of my family. Because family to me is not just my parents, my brothers and sisters, or my children and my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. Family is every human. If you're a member of the family of man, you have the same rights as every other member of the family of man. Period.
We want to thank you so much.
Hi, this is Jane Elliot. You're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez.
That's good enough for me.
And when is lunch being served? I want to know. Yeah, you tell me I'm having lunch in the basement. You don't let me go up on the first floor. You make me be in the basement. And then you don't feed me after you tell me I'm invited for lunch.
Well, you've been feeding us.
You better change that statement.
You're feeding us. This is the food that you.
We're having lunch, and what we're getting is food for thought, right?
Facts.
There you go.
Food for thought. And I furnish the food, and you make me do it in the basement. Okay, well, that's all right. That's all right. In the basement is better with you than on the 15th floor in a Trump Tower.
Well, thank you so much.
Amen.